Hiya, it's Ava. Have you ever been on the receiving end of a brutal raid and wondered if there was more to it? Well, I have, and there was. Often when these raids happen, you never get to find out why the raid happened, who was involved, and the whole backstory behind it. Thankfully, I was able to find out exactly what happened from all the people who were involved, directly or indirectly. And I got to interview these people in a makeshift studio that I was able to set up on the South African 50x server with the permission of To The Max. This is the server where this whole raid happened. Before I start with the interviews, if you enjoy my content, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell icon for my future uploads. Thank you. Stay cute and stay alive. So firstly, I would like to introduce you to Uncle Daz, who was my teammate on this day, and this whole thing went down with him. Uncle Daz, please can you introduce yourself?
Okay, so I am Uncle Daz, or I was Uncle Daz. I'm Pink Fluffy Unicorns now. When did we meet? I met Ava a couple months ago, probably 6 months ago. I was solo on Kingdom Rust, which is here in South Africa. It's one of the more popular or populated servers. I was doing a solo wipe and then went to do, I think it was a cargo or something like that. And then when I got back, I'd seen there were people in my base. And then he came to counter the raid, thought that I was one of the raiders when I was trying to get back into my base, and ended up killing me. And then eventually we came to an understanding that it's my base and I'm trying to get in, and then he helped me get my base back. And then from that, then I started playing with him, and then you joined, I think it was the same day or the next day, and then that became this.
Yeah, so this day, can you introduce us to the day that the raid happened?
I was in a mood to just build a base. I had this base in mind that I had seen. Well, it was bits of bases that I've seen, and my plan that day was to build a base that was basically built up of different ideas that I had seen different YouTube base builders, Rust base builders do. And so I wanted to try this base out, and I wanted to do it quickly. So I wanted to play on a server or join a server that was not necessarily high pop, but had a high gather rate, which this does.
So we started off the day as a duo, okay?
We started the day off.
Perry and Bunny came to join us.
Yeah, so to give a little bit of context, Perry and Bunny, are friends of mine. I play with them when I want to have a little bit more of a serious, PvP Chad kind of gameplay, where it's basically building a 2x2 and then going and killing as much people as I can, getting as much loot as we can, kind of thing. And I think they were playing with us that day.
And then it was at that stage it was I, Bunny, and Perry, and you and me. And then somehow Entropy pitched up outside the base, and then he joined us in shooting at them.
Yeah, because he kept door camping us, and then eventually I wouldn't say made friends, but we kind of made peace, and so we kind of he asked me if I got Discord or whichever way it went around, and we were cool. We weren't friends, but we were cool. And then
So please remember the name Entropy, because he is central to the whole reason we were raided. Next, I'd like to introduce you to the clan that raided us. They're called the Musi clan, a clan of solidarity.
Here we go, boys. We do this every day. Let's do it better today.
Let's go. Dragon Ball.
I'm with him.
Oh, yeah.
Hello!
Hey. Hello.
Hello!
Hello, friend. Hello.
I
How
can
you
hear
doing?
you all.
SEVA, thank you for joining me today in this interview. Obviously, you know why I'm here. A few days ago on this SA 50 times server, you all but foundation wiped us. And I've since found out that there is a whole backstory to this. So I've brought you all in here to tell your story. So firstly, could you each please introduce yourselves?
Okay, I'll begin. I'm Soviet. My previous name was Soviet Undercover Darkness, and I've been playing Rust for 1.2k hours now, since January till now.
Thank you.
My name is Heya, or Kraknai, also known as, but I've been playing Rust for 400 hours now.
Thanks.
Alright, I'm the Lingonus. It's pronounced the Lingonus. I used to be Dr. Jules. I have got 1.3k hours on it.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chad69 to be Yankee, and I have 2.9k hours in Rust.
Thank you. Sure.
My
Does his
name
V chat not
Carl.
work? Yeah.
He has 400 hours.
Awesome. Okay, so who's going to be the spokesperson for you guys' team?
Boy,
Kraknai.
Jules, it's you. I think we all.
Okay.
Jules, it's
Shit, okay.
Okay, so can you give like a history of how your team got together?
Okay. This goes back to 2002. Joking. I met Matt and Soviet and Yankee, Chad69, on Intoxicated Modded 10x. Well, we weren't really playing with Chad on the server. We met him in the server and decided to, clan up in the server. With Carlos, I known him IRL, so that's how he got into it. But when we came onto this server, we only came on because of our other friend Caboose, who knows Kraknai, Matt, IRL.
Okay, so part of the way through our interview, Caboose, another member of the team, has joined us, and he's joined us on a voice call. He's not with us in the studio at the moment, so welcome, Caboose. Please can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, my name is Caboose. I don't know, I was on the team, and yeah.
How many hours do you have?
I don't know many hours. I think I have like 150, but yeah, I'm fairly new to the game, so.
Okay, so now there's a couple of blanks that the guys haven't been able to fill in, and that's on Entropy. Because as I understand it, you were friends with Entropy on another game. Can you give me all the information about that and how you came over to be on Rust?
So me and Entropy have played Destiny 2 together for the past year and a half or so.
Mm-hmm.
And so Destiny 2 at the moment is in like a early weird spot, and the content that is being released on that game isn't very fun. So we kind of branched off and we've been trying to find other games.
Mm-hmm.
So then we decided to hop on Rust because we played Rust before together, but another group of my friends decided to play Rust as well, so we just decided to join them, which is Matteo and someone else who's not on this call.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started playing on the 1,000 times server.
Okay, so that's the server before it changed to the 50 times.
Yeah. So we started playing on that server, and then we met Dr. Jules on another server. I think it was the Intox 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Intox 10 times, yeah. And then we started playing with him and his friends, and then we just started playing on the 1,000 times server.
Okay. So then when you came over to the 1,000 times server, how did the split happen? Because as I understand it, Entropy split and went its own way, and you guys went your own way.
Yeah, so basically what happened was me, Matteo and another guy called Monster and Dr. Jules carried on playing together. But Entropy split and he started playing with Jughead and his guys.
Okay.
So that's where the division started, and like we kind of thought we would be allies. And then he kind of turned around and stabbed us in the back.
Okay, how did that happen? I mean, what was the moment you knew the split had happened?
So I knew we split when, so it was WAP, or the day before one of the WAPs, we were playing together, and I joined on him, and he was already in a very big Zerg. I think it was like 8 or 9 people that he was playing with. And so that's when I like recognized, okay, he's not really playing with us anymore, like he's with these gents. Which I mean, I don't have a problem with, like, play with who you want. I'm not going to force you. But like I kind of assumed since we've been friends for like a while, we would kind of be allies. Like if you have my back, like I got yours, sort of deal.
Yeah.
So it was wipe day, and I think we were doing oil rig, and on the way to oil rig, me and Matt heard a raid going on nearby our base.
Okay.
Yeah, so we came back and we decided to counter the raid. And when we got there, we saw Entropy, but at the time we didn't know it was Entropy because the name tag didn't appear or anything.
Yeah.
So we killed him, and then he respawned, and then like we were chilled, and then we were talking in game, and then he turned around because Jughead was there as well.
Yes.
So we met up at the raid with Jughead and Entropy, and basically what happened was they just turned around with double barrel shotguns, and took us out, and then proceeded to take all our loot. I think we had a decent amount of C4, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we had some explosive ammo and some other stuff. But like, I didn't really care for the loot. It was more about like what he did, because like I thought we were allies. So yeah, I was annoyed by that, and Matt was. So we decided, okay, like we're just gonna maul these guys, just get them back. So we built up a quick base, and then so that was our starter base. Then we built another base, and while we were flying around, we noticed this massive base. It was like such a weird design as well, and like we instantly knew, okay, like this has to be Entropy's base, because it looked so similar to the base that they built the previous wipe that we were like, okay, like let's check it out, and then if it is theirs, then like we're gonna raid it. So we scope it, and turns out it is their base. So I remember this. So Jules and Matteo were there by the base, and
Oh yes, you're a great pilot.
Yeah, and we landed.
Amazing pilot.
dude, so it was me, another guy called Monster, and Discord Jesus at our base, and we were like, okay, let's get the boom. So we get all the C4, all these rockets and everything, and we were like, okay, we're going. So we take a chopper and we fly. And I mean, I'm not even a bad pilot. It's just like I just messed up this landing so badly. I came in way too steep, and I did like a 180, and the front wheel just clipped the edge of the roof, and we just did a backflip, and all 3 of us died. So now
Everything's on the floor where they are.
On the phones, they're running around like little headless chickens, just grabbing everything.
That was terrible. But so we had a hiccup there, and we managed to recover the raid. Yo, dude, I've never heard anyone scream at a PC louder than Jules did. That's so funny.
Oh, that's funny.
So we managed to recover the raid, and then we start going through their walls and stuff, and by the time we get to the loot, they had TP'd everything else into another base. So we were bleak about that. And then we just decided, okay, these guys got away with the loot. Like, they don't have... I mean, let's not give them time to build another base. So we started roaming around for possible areas where they could have built. And then that's where we came across your base. And then we saw him, and then we were like, okay, sweet.
Okay, so then the raid with us then. What happened? I mean, how did you assume that Entropy was our team member, and how did that all start?
Oh my word, that was like wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, that was when I was flying by, and then I saw the PvP was there, and then I killed him outside, and I killed him again outside, and again, so I just assumed, okay, wait, he keeps on coming from this base. He lives in this base.
Now I'd like to introduce Entropy into the mix. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Entropy, previously known as Zombie. I have around about 320 hours in Rust. I'm still very new to the game. Again, it was on me. I did start it last warp. So all of our loot is out at an ally's base, right? And
So then this moves from you, Jughead, and Fiona being raided to Uncle Daz and I being raided.
Yeah,
Who
so
were
this
the
moves on
clueless
now.
people in this whole situation.
So after this, I'm busy PvPing with Daz. I think you can remember that. I was door camping him a bit and all the rest of it, and eventually we were like, okay, no, enough PvP, let's play. So we went to go do cargo, and yeah, from then, you know, we got along, so I carried on playing with you guys. And I can remember TPing back here once. Your base had been slightly upgraded, and there was airdrops pretty much. I think there were like 3 or 4 airdrops around your base at that point in time. So I go behind one airdrop because now I think there's still loot in it because it hasn't despawned. I go behind this airdrop and I'm trying to pull everything out. There was nothing in there, and I get sniped from the side. So I run closer to the airdrop to heal up, and I move back a tiny bit to see where I was sniped from, and I get domed by 3 guys with AKs. To find out that it was Caboose and his clan. So cool. I think they had left at that point. They left, they went to go do their own thing, and we started PvPing with your friends. I can't remember who they were.
Yeah, that was now Lone Wolf, Trippy, and all of them lots.
Yeah. So we were PvPing with them, having a good time. And then after that, I can remember you wanted to take a bit of a break.
Offline. Yeah, Uncle Dad and myself we both took off.
So once you guys left, I TP'd back to base because I didn't see much else to do. I TP'd back to base and I went offline for the night.
And then we were rudely called back on.
Then you guys were called back on apparently, and your base got flattened. I only heard about this the next day. But
this is now where we get into the details of the raid. So we brought on board all the guys that we had been PvPing with previously, Trippy and Lone Wolf and all of them, and they started joining up with us, helping us to counter the raiders.
It's yeah, big boy, big boy. He's low. And I was shot in the back. Big boy.
I'm keeping the guys busy. Once behind the that hardcore base. Oh, one's in that hardcore base as well. Okay. I'm just gonna.
I'm getting bolted and I will
King. Come to the door.
The AK is hit 4 times on the other roof camper base.
No, go blow that thing. Go blow it up. Go blow it up.
Wait, what did you hit me? What did you hit me? Bij mij, die AK bij mij, recht voor ons. Wait.
Yeah.
Had je een double headshot, weet je het?
Yeah, the one on the roof, yeah.
There's one coming out of the
There's
door.
one on the roof. And there's one running behind the main base. Careful behind you guys.
Oh, I was shot in the back, dude. Wow.
Hey.
Ek probeer die L9 uitsorteer.
L9 is 'n regte pyn.
Fuck me.
Their
Thing,
first
I'm
shot
pulling
was...
you up. Oops, no.
Oh no! Fuck!
Sorry. I tried.
Wait, no. Still. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I'm zigzagging. Fuck.
Eve,
Oh, I see them.
Philip, I know you from somewhere.
Oh, I tagged one 4 times on the roof.
Eva, I'm gonna keep it to you.
Okay.
Jy het 'n backflip gedoen.
There's one at the door.
Oh, my game always keeps disconnecting. I don't know why.
Okay, nou kan jy.
There's one more dude.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, there's somebody coming up from the sea.
The sea, okay.
Yeah, towards our door.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
I had to run towards my body. I had only 5,000 bullets.
But they are fucking a lot.
Yeah, they're too much.
How much are they? They're like...
Like 8.
There's a guy.
Oh, there's a guy there. And then I was shot from 3.
Fuck, that guy with the fucking...
I want to kill the bolty. Where is he?
He's
Is he
inside
up?
our first
not.
raid, mate.
Okay.
The guys on the roof, dude.
They sealed it already.
What? They're raiding. Racks van hier. O nee, is in die base, boy.
Ja, daar's 2 en elke venster is daar 1. And each window is a one guy.
Is there one breach? I think there's one breach.
There's a heli coming to your base.
I shoot the alley. Let the alley fucking rocket this base.
There's a gun. 2 guys on ground floor, 3 guys on ground floor, or on the ground.
Both dead, both guys dead, bottom.
I'm trying to fix.
Yeah, I don't know how to get down here.
Lie down.
No, but I want to like go into the base.
That rocket thing, you guys.
One's in the base.
Yeah, they're going. Yeah, they're in your base now.
Okay, what the fuck do we do? Trip is building block over here. Is it building block? Yeah.
Keep him on my team.
Yeah, I can see so.
Yeah, it's shot this one. Yeah, I'm just going to keep rocketing.
Okay, Eva, ne? This is how we're gonna do this. I'm getting AK, bro. Do they really want... Bruh. They're just fucking sitting in roof camping though.
They're like 4
There's so
guys on
many.
the
It's
roof.
like fucking 5 on each tower, fucking roof camping and 4 looting.
So even though we brought in a whole lot of people that we knew, a whole lot of really good PvPers, we had no chance. We did not have any of the guns or any of the equipment that we needed to deal with the raid, and they had 2 raid bases on either side of us. They had the high ground, they had all the advantages, and there was just no way that we would win, even though the guys ended up fighting right through to the end. Thank you to Trippy, Pieter Groenewald, Lone Wolf, Penny and King for the assist. But it was at this point that we started to suspect that there may be way more to this story, because even though they'd gotten to our loot room, they still carried on raiding us. This is when we started doing our own little investigation and found out that there was this whole backstory that we knew nothing about. Yeah, so we had all these guys on our team, and we didn't have fantastic weapons, because Uncle Daz pretty much decided to build the base just to test a build of his. It was never meant to actually be like a proper play. We didn't even have, we had one M249, I don't even know how we got it. And we had AKs, a couple, but not even many of those, like 3 of those. So we were not ready for this, like not at all.
See, that's our plan. It was to catch entropy off guard.
You caught us. Plan and sinker. So then, okay, so then obviously you took us out, and then I questioned it, and my teammate, Uncle Daz, questioned it with the admin, because it just...
Banned.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because it just seemed like not the usual raid, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I knew there was a something, I just didn't know what it was. And then Max was like fed up for a while. So Max, who's on the chat at the moment, he was like, ban the whole lot of you. And then he called you into chat, and we all had a long chat and talked it through. And then I found out that there was this whole interesting backstory that I had no idea about. So yeah, are you going to carry on hunting entropy on the next wipe?
Most likely.
No,
We raided him again today.
Today?
Did you?
2 hours we raided him. Maybe 3 hours ago we raided him again.
Yeah, we
quite a big chunk of this. Yes.
Yeah, they have a big base outside launch sites. It was just they kept on roof camping, just SAM sites everywhere, turrets everywhere. It's just huge base. Decided no, we're gonna raid it.
So do you have any final thoughts? Any final things that you would like to say?
Entropy, if you're watching this, we're coming for you.
Oh, that's as good as any. So the Mercy Clan and Entropy had their final words. Okay, I understand that the Mercy Clan and you still have had some encounters.
Yeah, we run into each other occasionally on the battlefield, and we have a good time. It was yesterday that... No, it was yesterday the day before. I can't remember. But we were busy taking Bradley, or one of my mates, people that I'm busy basing with at this point in time. We were busy taking Bradley, and Musi comes to counter. So we built up a quick little sniper tower so we could snipe them from far back. And we trade some headshots, we kill each other, you know, fun and banter. And nothing much more has come from it, but I do believe next warp is going to be another very exciting warp on the first few days with us trying to raid each other.
Cool. Well, thank you for taking your time out and having sit down with me. And yeah, I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
You shall be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And finally, Uncle Daz and I sat down to analyze what had happened. So, what did you think of the Musi clan and their style of raid?
Well, their style of raid is very vanilla, and it's what I used to do when I took this game seriously, when I played vanilla seriously, is 2 raid bases instead of 1, and basically the whole point is to try and overpower and cover every angle of whatever base you're raiding. Unfortunately, I chose to build my base near mountains, near cliffs, which obviously gives any raider an advantage because they can get higher up, and I didn't build the base higher than the cliffs. So they did have the advantage in that, but my point in building the base was not to have a whole wipe on it. It was just to build the base. And then once I was done, I wouldn't have given any care in the world if I had gotten raided or not. I just wanted to finish my base. Which just for those that are wondering, I did end up finishing my base, but not on the server. It was on a different server, and even then, I didn't finish the base. It's a big base.
And we didn't even have decent loot. Like, we didn't have decent guns. We had only one M24.
No. The Musi clan that raided us on this server, they never made profit at all.
Yeah.
Nowhere near profit.
Oh, goodness. No.
But to answer your question, very good tactic that they use to raid. And they've got, not all of them, but some of them are very skilled players. So no doubt they did have the upper hand. If this was if I was taking it seriously for a wipe, then I would have been screwed. I'd have to restart my wipe. Honestly, I hope more people come to the server. I do, because it is a good server. It has good admins. It's got a very good owner. And the one thing I can say about this server and its admins and people in charge are they listen to what the people want. I mean, when you spawn on the server, you get a Thompson, you get a set of pumpkins, you get 2 meds. That is something that myself and another player asked for, and it is done.
Yeah.
Some players asked for raid block to be a thing, and it's done.
Yeah.
It was done today. So that's one thing that I like about the server, is that your admins are listening.
Yeah.
And they're not there to dominate themselves and their rules over you. They're here to say, listen, we want to do a server, but we want to do the server right, and we want to do what you guys want us to do. Obviously, there's restrictions and all that kind of stuff, but they're at least
it's not
listening.
here as an official vanilla server. You've got your official vanilla servers. It's here as a fun server. And I think that they pull off the balance very well of making it a fun server.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me in figuring out exactly what happened in this raid. I think what happened ultimately was that we had a very good clan. A bad boy of Rust broke off from the group. We just got stuck in the middle. It was unfortunate, it was fun, it was epic, and I'm just so glad that I got to find out the backstory.